I was in the deserts in California, and I was with Stephen Foster from the Lost Borders, School of Lost Borders. It's about there being boundaries but no boundaries, because out there you don't see any boundaries. We make up the boundaries that exist out there. As a scientist, I can make up the boundaries between this part here and the forest below, the cliff as a boundary, but nature does not necessarily recognise the boundaries that we humans recognise. So it's so important 20 years ago that I was in a desert and I came to this swale. You can imagine I'm in a desert in California with Stephen Foster, and I just looked at the ground and I just suddenly just fell straight down onto the ground, carefully, a controlled fall if you like, and I just rolled over and I hugged the earth. I hugged the earth like this, because this is where I came from. I came from the earth. I will go back to the earth. And in the meantime, I enjoy the earth. I let the earth live with me. Unless as human beings, we must let the earth live with us. And when we cultivate the earth and work with the earth, then all the goodness will come to us, all the happiness will come to us. We will have a lot of fun. As you watch the birds have fun diving over the cliff here. As you watch them come and eat the honeysuckles from the honey eaters, come and eat the plants. They're having their own little bit of fun. So when I fell down onto that bit of sand in the desert in California, and Stephen Foster said to me, I knew you were a man of the earth, and now I know it. Because he saw what was a just perfectly natural reaction to an environment that I hadn't been into before, but because I had been part of nature so much, so closely all my life, and through my parents gave me a great education in nature, if you like, with
So
Dad watching birds.
As well?
Kind of, in a way. They were educators, but Dad loved birds. Dad was very skilled with his hands, and so I learned a lot of that. And Mum was the botanist in the family.
Right.
So that's why I ended up doing a lot of botany. But I've done, you know, to me, it was really important to study over my life the birds and the mammals and the plants and their relationships and how they all depend on one another.
Yeah.
And this is a lesson to who we are to each other as human beings.
Yeah.
So we must be the reflection of what nature is to each other.
Yeah.
We must show that connection to each other.
Yeah.
And that care.
Yeah.
And it's really quite simple.
And how does that look? How does that look between two human beings? How does that connection look?
It can be a great thing at times, but it's like nature too. As one human being brushes against another like this,
Yeah.
they wear each other out a bit. And then
Yeah.
the wind brushes them aside. And then this one repairs by providing another branch, and this one grows another branch here. And then they get a bit too much growth and they rub each other again. And you can see that on trees, where one rubs against the other and wears that bit out, but it grows again. So we must always feel that we can grow again. Even as between human beings, we might become a bit abrasive between us. Then you can grow again. You must always believe that you can grow again, but the strength for believing comes from knowing. So for me, knowing about my connection with nature and how nature works, knowing how nature works is so important to survival. and so important to your growth.